Hi guys, it's been ages since I have done a journal with me video, and I was doing a bit of journaling and I thought I would set my camera up and take a video just to show you guys. So I'm working in my traveller's notebook insert. It's a mixed media one that I made, and I'm just using a normal ballpoint black biro thingy. Couldn't even tell you what brand it is, don't care. It's just a black biro and I'm just doing my little doodle. Next, I'm going to use my Peerless watercolour palette. This is a handmade palette that I made myself out of scrapbook paper and acetate, and I just stuck down the Peerless watercolours. Now, there's lots of tutorials on YouTube for how to make one of these, so I won't go into that in this video. You normally, when I'm indoors, use my Winsor & Newton palette, but I didn't know where they were. So for quick and ease, I just grabbed my Peerless palette. Normally, I just use these for on the go because they slip into my traveller's notebook. They're the same size, so normally I use them on the go rather than indoors, but anywho, so yep, just using my watercolors and my Pentel aqua brush, which I love. I pretty much nearly always use that with watercolors these days, and just coloring the little beauty up. With watercolour, I do tend to layer it up because less is more. You can always add more colour and more depth to it, but you can't take away. So that's what you've seen me do there. And also just adding like a really light wash to the background just to give it a little bit of colour. I then wanted to do a title, so I use these are alpha stickers from Webster's Pages. They're from the Make-A-Wish collection, and just spelling out my title there. Now, I've used quite a lot of these stickers, so I didn't really have that many left. I was missing an A, so I used a sticker from a different collection, again a Webster's Pages collection. Used a different colour but the same font, and I've got another one of those aqua brushes which is full of black acrylic ink, so I'm just using that to paint over the letter so it's black, and because the title is Courgette Crazy, I feel like it kind of fits. And for you guys in the States who are wondering what courgettes are, they're actually zucchini. We call them courgettes here in the UK. So I'm just adding some of my journaling, again with the same black biro. It was just a hand, so that's just why I'm using it, and using that acrylic ink again to draw in an arrow. Okay, so that's my writing all done. I recently purchased myself some new scrapbooking embellishments and things, and I wanted to use those, so I'm just kind of going through my stash and having a look, playing with my new goodies. Use whatever you've got on hand. You don't necessarily have to use certain embellishments or anything, and you certainly don't even have to use embellishments in your journaling. So if you don't have something, please don't let that stop you from getting creative and getting journaling, because you don't need stuff in order to journal. So I've had these acetate letters which I stuck down to spell out happy. I didn't like the placement of them, so luckily the glue dots that I used were still I was able to remove them and then stick them down again in a much better position that worked for me, and much more pleasing. So just adding a little bit of an embellishment to the other page. And then I am just playing around with the bottom section there. I wasn't sure if I wanted to leave it blank, add more journaling to it, or what I wanted to do. In the end, I decided to print off a picture on my zip. That's the Polaroid zip printer that I use with my mobile. John bought me that for my birthday. I decided to print off a photo that kind of went with the page. So I'm just using a tag which I liked from those new embellishments, and just sort of sticking that down, pressing it down firmly. And then once it was down, I kind of wasn't sure if I liked it or not. Just that's the way of it, I guess. I kind of added a couple of staples and then didn't like that either, and so got rid of them in the end. And then I decided to just rip the tag. I preferred the kind of ripped line rather than the straight edge. And then just went over the page a bit with a green, I can't remember the colour of it now, the green, a green distress stain, just to give it a little bit of a colour pop really, and not so stark white there. And I used some washi tape just because it's washi tape, and you know, who doesn't need an excuse to use washi tape? So a couple of bits of washi tape, and then sticking my photo down, and then just kind of finishing off the page really with a bit more journaling, bit more distress stain, and a couple of little detailing, and that's it really. Just a little bit of a journal page about John's courgette plants that he's grown. John loves to grow courgette plants, and again this year, every year I say, do we need this many courgettes? And he always says, well, you know, I sow them because some of them don't always last or don't always make it through, and every year they do always seem to make it through. So I've lost count how many courgette plants we've got. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed this journal with me video. Bye.